gucken das an. 41 Minecraft-Ideen, die existieren müssen in Minecraft. Einfach Dark Mode. Okay, wir gucken das Video an. Yalla. Okay.
Instead of a bed like this, try out this special design. Or instead of
Oha, einfach Bett.
spiders climbing like this, they should climb like this instead. And these are 41
ETF.
Minecraft ideas that need to exist. But watch out.
Boah, es gibt so viel, was man an Minecraft ändern könnte, damit es smoother ist oder realistischer ist. Das wäre so geil.
Because some of these features, Mojang wants you to forget. The stone cutter is great, but it doesn't work for wood items. So now we've got a woodcutter to help us out.
Den Woodcutter, halt's Maul.
So much easier to craft things like stairs and slabs.
Aber ich muss euch ehrlich sagen, ich verstehe diesen Stonecutter nicht. Ich nehme den nie her. Ich gehe mir ein Crafting Table und crafte die Sachen. Obwohl es teilweise im Stonecutter billiger ist. Aber juckt.
Now we can do the same for our logs and nether stem blocks, which should help to save us on some wood, and hopefully that'll prevent a few more forests from getting chopped down.
Aber das ist eigentlich eine coole Idee.
Mushroom field biomes are great, but they're pretty lonely. Enter the cluck shroom. With this new variant from
Pilzhuhn? Nee, fühle ich nicht so.
Minecraft Earth, we finally have another mob that hangs.
Boah, es gibt so viele Mobs, von denen wir gar nicht wissen, dass es die eigentlich in Minecraft gibt. Ne? Jetzt zum Beispiel Minecraft Earth gibt es einfach dieses Huhn. Es gibt auch in Minecraft Earth noch so einen Mob. Aber ich komme gerade nicht drauf, aber ja.
Around with our mushrooms. And like their Minecraft Earth counterpart, they can even leave a trail of red mushrooms when they walk.
Ja, das ist random. Das fühle ich nicht so. Ja, die Mublum meine ich.
Mob that you're looking for,
Digga, wer ist er?
Consider the furnace golem.
Nee, den meine ich.
Hey, feels okay.
Ich glaube, ich meine den Furnace Golem. Ja, ist schon ein bisschen random, die ganzen Mobs. Würde ich jetzt in normalen Minecraft nicht so fühlen, ehrlich gesagt.
The Iron Golem is a lot
Digga, der zündet einfach die Mobs an wie krank. Nee, das fühle ich nicht.
Think of it as a golem with fire aspect. And if you ask me, that's something that both us and the villagers can get behind. When you're trying to kill a baby zombie, every piece of grass that you find turns out to be an inconvenience.
Oh mein Gott,
so
ja.
Instead of missing your sword swipe when you try to kill the ankle biters, what if we could swing through grass to kill these baddies? And then, if you actually do want to break the grass, just use any.
Ja, fühle ich. Das erinnert mich an irgendein anderes Game, wo das auch so ist. Aber ich weiß gar nicht. Aber eigentlich durch Gras schlagen, geile Idee. Aber letztendlich ist es halt auch ein Block, den man halt dann kaputt macht. Also weiß ich nicht, ob ich das
any other item than a sword. Alright, pop quiz. Here I have two friends. Now, which one's at half health and which one's at full? Well, you're both wrong, since they each only have one heart. So to fix that problem and make it more obvious which is which, it'd be nice to have a visual way to see someone's health through their name tag.
Ach so.
That way, if your friend's running low, they've got a.
Nee, das finde ich aber scheiße. Das finde ich scheiße, dass man die Leben von jemandem sehen würde über Namen oder so.
Red name, you can pass them a golden carrot to regen. Or if
Oder?
your enemy's still at full health, you'll know to retreat and try again to fight them later. What's the difference between this glass pane and this one? Well, the vanilla one aligns closer to the center, but now we have an option to place them toward the edge of the block, which opens up a lot of capabilities for building, since we can get that same window
Aber irgendwie
effect
sieht es
without
dumm
ever
aus.
having to use a full glass block, giving us both a cheaper and more efficient method to
Irgendwie
use
sieht
for
es dumm
building.
aus.
What if instead of chopping each block of wood individually,
Oh mein Gott.
all we needed to do was chop one log a few times, and
Ja,
that
ja,
whole
das wäre
tree would
geil.
come down. That way we don't
Das wär actually cool. Aber wenn man sowas addet, würde das komplett Minecraft kaputt machen.
the time to climb all the way up to the tree to get our logs, but instead we could handle it naturally from the ground floor. So
Aber das würde eigentlich Sinn machen, aber dann wird Minecraft
that
kaputt machen.
patience will surely pay off. Having a quick and easy way to replant the seeds that we reap will be a welcome addition to the game. That way, instead of having to break the crop, pick up the seeds, and
Boah,
then
das finde ich auch so stressig, wenn du so ein Weizenfeld hast, dass du die immer wieder selber hinsetzen musst.
replant. We could do it with a right click to finish
Das wäre
in
so
one
viel
fell
geiler,
swoop,
so.
which would make using bone meal so
Einfach
much
rechtsklicken
easier.
und
And
die
we could
bleiben.
do it all without the need for a redstone automatic farm. Why do we have blocks of coal, but no blocks of charcoal? Well, we
Stimmt.
fixed that. And now
Hä?
it's possible to combine multiple blocks into a storage block like so. Whether that's
Huh?
blaze rods, leather, or even a bundle of apples like this, which gives us both a new building block
Oha.
and a way to clean up our chests. Alright, so you're out
Ja, aber
exploring, and
das könntest du dann mit jedem einzelnen Minecraft-Block machen und das wäre viel zu viel.
you need to sleep the past the day. But doing that gets rid of your spawn point back home. And now if you die out there,
Tot.
you're lost and homeless. So instead, what if we had a sleeping bag that could let us pass the night, but not
Ja.
reset our spawn point? That way we can be safe while we explore. all
Ja,
without
aber
losing
ist
our
eigentlich
safety
egal.
net back home.
Das ist eine coole Idee, aber du kannst auch einfach dein Bett danach wieder abbauen.
Link smashes pots, and now
Aber wär
Steve
cool.
smashes urns. See, with this change, we have a new way to store our items. And this gives us a single-use container to store
Find
up
ich
to
cool.
a stack of items. Because when you need
Das
them,
fänd ich
the
cool.
only way to get your stuff out is by smashing or dropping the pot. Which could also offer a lot of possibilities for redstone as well.
Das
Using
fänd ich
hoppers
cool.
and dispensers, you can get pretty lost. Especially when you look at them from the wrong angle. So maybe some directional arrows could help to avoid wasting time. That way, instead of having to run around to find
Ja, aber das ist halt von der Textur sieht das scheiße aus. Man sieht ja eh, wo die
where
reingehen.
it all goes out, you can just look at the arrows from afar and continue on your way. In 1.8,
Das gibt's ja eh, hat ja jeder als Texture Pack gefühlt drin.
Skins got a huge overhaul by adding in a second layer. And now
Ja.
we've got another change. With this, details like
Ja, 3D-Skins. Ich sag euch echt, 3D-Skins in Luna Client, diese Mod ist so geil. 3D-Skins anmachen, so geil, ich schwöre, beste. Also ist so geil.
hair, helmets, logos, they all
Sieht so
become
geil
3D
aus.
modeled and rendered instead of a flat texture like this. And while the change is pretty subtle from afar, it makes a huge difference
Ja,
when you
sieht
get up
geil aus.
close. And if it's already possible in a mod, I see no reason why this couldn't make it into the base game. Third
Ja, wär
person in
geil.
Minecraft is pretty useless. But with the ability to freely rotate our camera around Steve, we get a whole
Ja, Free Look Mod, Luna, geile.
new way to play
Das
the
wär
game.
viel geiler,
And
wenn
now
das
it's
normale
much
Minecraft
easier
drin
to
wär.
see what we're looking at and react accordingly to any dangers on all sides. Because right now, the only thing that the F5 button is good for is a cringy Minecraft intro. What if the snowy biomes looked like this instead of this? With this simple change, the snow can pass through the leaves and make sure
Ach
that
so.
no spot of the biome is uncovered, letting that winter
Ja,
wonderland
aber das ist doch
feel
normal
a lot
auch
more
so.
wonderful.
Wenn es regnet und du stellst dich unter einem Baum, ist es doch unter einem Baum nicht so nass wie direkt, also es ist ja logisch.
And while we're at it, Mojang, let's see the white snowy leaves from Bedrock make it into Java as well.
Boah, was? Im Bedrock sieht das so aus?
While we're redesigning the leaves,
Nein, oder? Hä, voll geil.
what if instead of a
Okay,
perfect
fühl dich doch.
cube, we had some bushier options like so? I mean, it only takes one look to vanilla tweaks to see that this add-on goes a long way.
Ja,
so
das
while
wär ein bisschen
squared
too
off
much,
leaves do
glaube.
get the job done, let's just be honest. Getting the job done and getting that wow effect are two
Das wär ein
very
bisschen
different
too much,
things.
glaube ich, für
And when your
Minecraft. Das ist
forests
ja
start
kein
to
richtiger
look
Block
like
mehr
this
dann.
instead of this, I think the choice is obvious. But even when they're bushy, any leaves would look weird without logs nearby. So how about having them decay faster after you chop down the tree? Currently, we have to take
Ja.
2 trips through the forest.
Ja, es nervt schon, dass die lange da sind, die Logs, die Blätter. Aber noch schneller weg ist auch ein bisschen unrealistisch. Obwohl, eigentlich nicht, ne? Ja, doch, ist ein guter
One to
Punkt.
chop down the logs, and another to pick up all the saplings and apples. So a faster decay would make it so that we dispose of the forest
Ja,
and
ist
the
geil
evidence even sooner. Picture this: you're mining obsidian,
Okay,
and
er
then,
spielt auf
right as
Kamera.
you're about to finish, you get hit. and
Boah,
now
das
all
fuckt
of that
so ab.
progress is gone. So to avoid another 10-year mining excursion, something to add could be the ability to multi-mine blocks.
Nee,
That way,
nee, das geht einfach nicht in mein. Das ist illegal, wenn man sowas. Nee.
if we slip up, we still have time to continue breaking it
Nee.
without wasting all that effort that we put in before.
Nee.
And better yet, if 2 players mine the same block, this could let them break it even faster than before.
Das wäre cool, wenn zu zweit Spieler auf einen Block draufhauen, dass der schneller abgebaut wird. Das ist eine coole Idee.
Dying in the void is the worst way to go.
Oh,
but
ja.
with this totem, we'll be just fine. See, while the usual totem of undying doesn't work in the void, this special one lets us
Natürlich.
fall into the void and then respawn safely up on the ground.
Ja, ist auch
so if your
random.
elytra
Fühl
were
ich
to break
nicht.
over in the end islands,
Fühle ich
at
nicht.
least
Fühle ich nicht, weil dann hat man gar keinen Respekt mehr vom End.
it isn't a dying, you just kept falling and falling and falling right up until the point where you get teleported right at the top of the world. That
Nee,
way, instead of a long
auch
drop
random.
to our doom, we get a second chance for survival. And that way, if
Nee.
you're able to clutch it with a water bucket, you're completely good to go. Though
Fühl ich
even if you
nicht.
do die, at least your stuff should still be attainable back on land. So the impaling enchantment only deals extra damage to mobs that spawn in the ocean, but that doesn't
Ja.
include drowned because they're marked as undead. It's
Das verstehe ich auch nicht. Das ist so dumm.
confusing, to say the least, and it could quickly waste your levels if you don't know. So since these enchanted books don't come with an instruction manual, it would be handy to have a plainly written description to tell you what each enchantment does.
Oh ja, ey, das fände ich so viel geiler, dass da steht, was es macht. Es steht immer nur da, Minecraft Doppelpunkt Enchanted_Book. Digga, so eine kleine Beschreibung wäre geil.
Straight up. Signs are a great way to label your chests, but as soon as you try to open with one, it's too tough. So instead of avoiding the sign altogether, a simple right-click through the sign would make all of our problems
Ja.
go away. And hey, maybe
Wird
there's
schon
some
Sinn
version
machen.
of this for item frames as well. That
Das
way
wird
we
schon
don't have
Sinn
to
machen, ja.
accidentally rotate the item when we try to
Das ist
open up
gut.
the chest. As it is, we can't place 2 slabs of different types on one another. But maybe it's
Ja.
time to diversify. And if
Oh nee, weiß ich nicht, ob ich das fühlen würde.
we were able to mix
Das Ding ist, man ist es schon so von Minecraft gewohnt. Aber es passt einfach nicht.
and match slabs, we could bring a whole lot more color and variety to your build, one half step at a time. And while we're at it, why not get vertical slab placement?
Vertical slabs wäre, glaube ich, auch, wird nicht passen in Minecraft einfach.
As well. That way we can add more depth to your builds, or even just make an extra tricky part of a parkour.
Obwohl es geil aussieht so, aber es wäre too much.
It might be worth making it so that we can break one half slab at a time if we want. Right now, 2 slabs break like a full block. But if you want to mix and match different slab combos, it seems like an easy fix to just be able to shift and then break which one you want. And it would make our mistakes in the future a lot less noticeable. Stop filtering your items like this. Instead, try a golden hopper.
Ja, okay, was ist das denn jetzt?
Much cheaper and more compact to build a simple item sorter for a farm. So say you want bones from a skeleton farm, but nothing else. Well, just choose bones here, and it'll only push and pull the item that we need, while the rest stays up top. Instead of 16 different beds to choose from, we should have an infinite number, which sounds crazy, but since there's already banners that we can use.
Ja, das fände ich auch geil, wenn man so ein Bett mit so einem Banner drauf, boah, das wäre geil.
To customize other aspects of the game, why not use them for our bedspreads as well?
Boah, das wäre geil.
Make it a lot easier to find out which is which when we place our Minecraft beds next to each other, without checking which has more saturation, cooked salmon or cooked cod. Well, by adding a feature like the apple skin mod, we'd be able to see that the answer is obvious.
Nee, die Mod finde ich scheiße.
So instead of guessing and wasting our food, the hunger value would just be shown on the bar before you eat it. And while you're enjoying that 12 saturation rabbit stew, it'd be cool to see Mojang step up their eating animation to have a proper look like so. Because currently, it looks like Steve is eating the bowl.
Das ist echt wack eigentlich, die Essensanimation.
So by adding in unique animations, it'd be a lot more entertaining and logical to say the least. Mending is one of the best enchantments in the game, but it could be better. Since why do I need to get more XP to repair my tool when I'm already at level 137? It just seems wasteful. So how about instead we can use some of the experience that we already have saved in the bar to fix up a tool like this. In Bedrock, all it takes to place a bunch of blocks is to hold down the use key. But in Java, you need to be rapid clicking just to get it all done, which can be a real hassle, especially when you need to destroy some misplaced blocks. So in the future, it'd be nice to just do the same and hold down the right click to place a stack of blocks as easy as this. But while you're accurately placing all those blocks, it's frustrating to see that even in creative, we have a limit to how far we can place our blocks. But on a creative world, you'd think that'd change. So to eliminate those setbacks, we have an infinite reach to let us place and build blocks from a distance. And that'll let this limitless mode feel a lot more...
Ja, vielleicht im Creative, aber weiß ich nicht.
Well, limitless. Why would you build a double door if you can only open up one at a time? So instead, if there are 2 doors that are placed next to each other like so, the game should recognize it and open up both of them at once.
Ja,
instead of just one at a time. Wolves are a Minecraft player's best friend. So we should treat them that way. And this dog armor add-on could do just that.
Stimmt, warum gibt es keine Wolfsarmor, aber Pferdearmor? Hä, voll geil.
With this, we can make our dogs a lot more fierce for battle.
Vor allem, weil die ja auch für einen kämpfen. Pferderüstung bringt ja nichts, weil die kämpfen ja nicht. Die halten ja nur aus. Aber Hunde kämpfen ja actually gegen Mobs.
And hey, maybe we also don't have to use as many stakes to heal them up after a fight. That'd be appreciated too. Instead of a Minecraft inventory like this, let's try this instead. See, which is a simple option to toggle between light and dark colors.
Ja. Texture Pack halt, ne?
We could save our eyes that hassle of playing Minecraft late into the night. And come on, Minecraft's title screen already got a dark mode, so why not get one for the rest of the GUI?
Dark Mode wäre aber actually
Minecraft
cool.
Spiders are not very scary, but this can change that. See if
boah, Digga, diese Viecher, ne? Boah.
Like this, instead of the awkward way that they're
Digga, das wäre echt ein geiles Update, aber ich hätte so Angst dann auf einmal.
That'd be a welcome challenge to deal with.
Guck mal, wie die war,
Digga. Much more scary, so this should probably just exist in harder difficulties only. You and I are in 2 different dimensions right now, but you probably didn't notice that since we're using the Immersive Portals mod.
Boah, die ist geil, das ist geil, aber das Ding ist, das passt irgendwie nicht, weil dann könnte ja der Enderdrache da rausfliegen, versteht ihr? Also, ich weiß nicht. Aber es ist schon cool.
Would be a real treat to have in vanilla. That way we know exactly what we're getting ourselves into, and we avoid walking straight.
Ist schon cool, aber ist too much bisschen.
Now you've seen a single chest, a double chest, but how about a colossal chest?
Oh, er übertreibt das aber auch ein bisschen.
And with one of these big things, we could store over 210,000 items in just one chest. Which sounds like a big number, but that's how many of you have subscribed in the last 30 days. And to store all of you Minecraft fans, we can craft some chest wall blocks like so, and make a mega structure big enough to help us pass Fortnite and prove that Minecraft is the strongest community. So instead of yet another Hermitcraft chest monster, let's opt for this monster chest instead. Instead of a zombie walking like this, what if it hobbled around like so?
Oh, nee.
Like this, it had a proper run cycle. And this goes to prove that even if you keep the same models, there's a lot more life and realism that's still left to add to these mobs. And adding on to that realism, how about adding some extra details to the mobs as well? Whether that's
Wie die aussehen.
Ears on the pig or horns for the sheep, there's little changes that can go a long way without needing a complete overhaul. Moving around a chest or a furnace can be a real hassle, but if we could just pick them up and move them around, we could remove them.
Boah, das wäre geil. Boah, stell ich mir vor, man kann Kisten nehmen. Boah, das müssen, Real Talk, das müssen die machen. Das wäre geil.
That piece completely, and that sounds a lot nicer
Das
than
wäre
having to
wirklich
move all the
geil.
items into your inventory first. Or if getting animals into place for your farm is
Okay,
your
das
concern,
passt
then
nicht.
this could solve that too. And with that, folks, YouTube thinks that you might like this video.
Ja, aber mit
so
Kisten.
see if they're right and have instead of this animal pen.
Wirklich?
Instead of
Kisten rumtragen fände ich geil.
a chest or a furnace around, we
Guck
could
mal, wie
remove
das aussieht.
the hassle. But if we could just pick them.
Das fände ich geil. Das fände ich geil. Ey, aber gutes Video. Das gibt ein Like. Die Videos sind geil, weil da hat man auch actually viel zu sagen und so. Und die gehen auch relativ lang. Das ist ein cooles Video. Gutes Video.